Y'all, Rich Trapper typing in TNN Trap News Network. We are back in this thing, like cooked crack in this thing. Like, comment, subscribe for more good content we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. It's that good news you can use. It's that good knowledge you ain't finna get nobody's college, big dog. Hit that like, hit that comment, hit that good subscribe button. Good content we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. Hit that notification bell, hit all, stay tapped in for the latest and the greatest, everything we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network, man. Man at the Garden Freestyle. Please don't touch my I Got a Body on the Fairy Tales, won't forget. That's all out now, but we finna slide over here to, what we got? Somebody sent me this. This is Rizzle. Big shout out to Rizzle. Rizzle and the Hizzle. You feel me? The Rizzle and the Hizzle. Rizzle is giving us this information. He says, Big U's erased tapes confirmed another unsolved 187. Loose Cannon was right. Let's get into this content without further ado. Let's go.
Tapes have officially been linked to another unsolved murder, confirming what Loose Cannon's been saying all along. For years, people brushed him off, but now the evidence is catching up.
Big U, sweetheart, sweetie pie, listen. You are so disrespectful.
Big U is under fire for erasing tapes that show that he was involved in the unsolved murder of Rayshawn Williams, a.k.a. Tallboy. We all know of Big U being involved in shady business behind the scenes, but not many suspected he would go as deep as erasing and hiding video evidence tied to his violent crimes. Now, we found out that some of those tapes may have shown what really happened in that unsolved killing that went down in Las Vegas. Loose has gone public on podcasts, social media, and YouTube, exposing how Big U would set up robberies and later return the stolen goods, acting like a savior.
Big uterus, I don't really, it's not my cup of tea. Because
it's crazy that everybody knows that Loose Cannon snitched on Big U. Like, everybody knows.
Cuz throw rocks and hide his hand. And I be telling, like, cuz, like, we would have been straight, but you start doing, like, police.
When you start doing shit, I'm gonna expose you. I'm saying that just cuz just knew about it. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. That's supposed to be your brother or whatever, and supposed to be your little homie and stuff like that. Why you didn't tell him that?
Big U was covering tracks, erasing surveillance footage, and making sure certain things stayed in the dark. But the cops caught up eventually. Big U's DNA was found under Rayshawn's fingernails, and that points to a fight. Then it gets worse. After the murder, Big U had people snatch up and destroy the studio's surveillance equipment, which likely would have shown what really went down between him and Rayshawn right before the killing. You also told folks at the studio to keep quiet and not say a word to the police. If that wasn't shady enough, Big U didn't even show up to the funeral and completely ghosted the victim's family afterward. Loose's claims all these years are now being backed up by actual investigations, criminal complaints, and RICO-level charges. But in all honesty...
Damn, Loose Cannon was a good old snitch, wasn't he?
This ain't just about one guy snapping. It's about a whole system of control, fear, and silence. Feds say Big U Rayshawn things like a business. Robbing, covering tracks, scaring witnesses into keeping their mouths shut, and staying clean in the public eye. Now the North Las Vegas police are saying that the missing studio footage is still a key piece of the puzzle in the murder of Rayshawn. Meanwhile, Big U is facing federal charges tied to not just the murder, but the whole operation around it.
So you're saying WACK 100 and Loose Cannon are the reason why Big U
I'm not saying
indicted? That's a jump right there to say that.
No, what I'm saying is the way people was talking, not only WACK, not only Loose Cannon, but the way they were talking on No Jumper, it was like, you know, it's some things you shouldn't say. And they were saying things that led up to this, that, and the other.
This man used to be out here moving like a community leader, but just a few weeks ago, he turned himself into the feds. U has got some heavy charges to his name: embezzlement, fraud, robbery, extortion, and violating the RICO Act. But the real shock was all of that do-gooder energy he was putting out was just a front. This man was running a whole criminal empire under the radar, and
the do-gooder energy is sick that they described it as that.
Rayshawn situation clearly shows that. Think about it. Rayshawn was more than just an artist on Big U's label. They had history. Dude used to play football with Big U's son back in the day, and they were tight. Ray played wide receiver for Crenshaw High School in L.A., where he was teaming up in left.
I want to get to the part about what's... Is the whole thing about Rayshawn Williams, or is there something that we don't know about?
Music in
Is there something that we don't know about? Is
making his Bullets Ain't Got No Name mixtape series and helping creating strategies that Suge used himself. Remember how Suge wasn't just a label exec?
Calling that nigga Suge is crazy when it's Suge, but the AI calls it Suge.
He was running Death Row Records like a straight-up mafia boss, using violence and intimidation to move through the industry. This is where Big U saw firsthand how power worked behind the scenes. Now, while Suge was getting wrapped up in legal drama,
Suge is crazy. They made Suge Knight sound like a Russian gangster. Suge. Suge, nigga.
Big U wasn't wasting any time. He started his own label, Unique Music, in 1996 with his guy Mark Martin, aka Bearclaw. And the connections ran deep. That's how he ended up spotting a young, hungry rapper from his neighborhood, Nipsey Hussle. Nip was actually Big U's nephew's homie. And with Big U's industry ties, he plugged Nip in hard. Even got him on Tupac's 2006 posthumous album Pac's Life on the song International. That was a huge look. Imagine seeing Tupac featuring Nipsey Hussle on the back of a CD when you're still grinding. That alone gave Nip's name a serious boost. And it didn't stop there. Big U kept putting Nip in position, backing his Bullets Ain't Got No Name mixtape series and helping shape his early come-up. But things started getting messy behind the scenes. Allegedly, Nipsey got locked into a long 10-year production contract with Big U's label. By 2009, he was trying to find his way out, and the tension started building. Now, according to Big U himself, the real fallout started during a promo tour when police searched one of their vehicles and found drugs. Somebody took the case, ended up with a life sentence, and Big U noticed folks in the camp, especially Nip, were acting funny afterward. He felt like there was a breakdown in trust. That's when he pulled back and stopped rolling with them like that. But here's where it gets even murkier. There's speculation that Big U was allegedly using Nipsey's tour to move drugs between cities. That's a bold claim, but folks say Nip was getting uncomfortable, seeing his star rising and not wanting to be involved in that street life anymore. So when Nip tried to distance himself, Big U wanted his studio equipment back, allegedly for his son. That little request? Yeah, it apparently sent Nip over the edge. He ended up making a diss track called You Don't Got a Clue, aired out all the frustrations. Said his team didn't do enough, didn't push him, didn't deserve credit. He was done with middlemen. He was taking control. Now here's where things go. Full hood soap opera. Loose claims Big U confronted Nip, tossed water on him, challenged him to a fight, and Nip danced around him so much that Big U got tired trying to catch him, like a whole cartoon scene. But it didn't end with just a fade. Big U wasn't satisfied and called in the homies to discipline Nip. That led to a whole beatdown, and Black Sam ended up firing shots in the air to stop it. Police got involved. People got arrested. Then WACK 100 claims Big U, he wanted his day ones in every room he stepped in. Loyalty was big for him. He even says it himself. There's not a room he'd walk into where his people couldn't come to. And this mutual respect was loud and clear leading up to Nip's big moment in 2018, his debut studio album, Victory Lap. That album was a huge moment, and in the promo for it, he even shouted out Big U again. It looked like everything was cool. But then, fast forward to March 2019. Things allegedly got tense again. Word on the street is, Nip brought DJ Khaled to the 60s hood to shoot the higher music.
All right, man, so you can watch the rest of this on Rizzle. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, though, for more of this good content we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. It's that news you can use. That knowledge you ain't finna get nobody's college. Be better today than what you were yesterday. Be even better tomorrow. But today, be at your best. Red dots to the left, and you know the rest. Free Avenue Angel tweets free. We got